Durastate Acid Cold Infusion. Hey, everybody, I'm okay, and this is a Cigar vlog. So I always remember these as being the Cold Infusion Tea. Apparently they ended up scrapping a word at some point. This is another of the Durastate Acid infused lines. So again, the flavor of the tobacco kind of takes a backseat to the infusion. You can see there was a huge, at least double cap, possibly triple, but big huge cap coming all the way down to here. So hopefully I shouldn't have to worry. Sorry, right about here. It'd be lovely if this would actually focus. Yeah, cap ends here. Okay, so I should be able to trim this up real well. Not have to worry about it falling apart on me. Another thing, this has this kind of a weird, kind of closed up shaggy foot. If we're lucky, that means not even I will be able to screw this light up. Watch as I screw up the light. Okay. Alright. So, hopefully I got that lit well enough. Immediately, you notice, sweetened tip. Very sweet. Kind of a standard Durastate infusion. Sweet, kind of potpourri. Main thing is just the sweet of that. You kind of notice a slightly bready quality to the Richter Hill. But overall, the main thing I'm getting out of this is the fact that the sweet note is just absolutely overpowering to pretty much everything else. So anyway, hopefully that loose foot ends up making for a decent light, and I won't end up having burn issues and weird shit. And I can go ahead and smoke this down 1 inch and give an update from there. Alright, so it's about a good inch in. So far, I'm noticing that the infusion has a very, I want to say Cuba style flavor to it. Just like your typical standard, just Durastate acid flavor. A big, huge, overpowering sweet note. And the actual tobacco, well, this is clearly based on a Connecticut shade wrapper, so there's not really a whole lot to write home about the actual tobacco flavor. So in that regard, I'm saying this is probably a good idea to infuse these. Otherwise it wouldn't taste like anything. But anyway, I'm not really getting a whole lot of standout on the actual tobacco flavor. So far it's burning pretty good, so the somewhat loose, twisted up foot actually seems to have a pretty good effect on the overall burn. But beyond that, I'm just going to go ahead and keep smoking this down to the halfway point and see if anything wakes up. So all I'm getting out of this so far is just sweet and typical Durastate fusion, or infusion. I'm still weirded out by the fact that they took the tea part off of the name. It was Cold Infusion Tea years ago. I just remember that wrong. Well, anyway, somebody's coming, so I'm going to smoke this down to the halfway point and give an update from there. Alright, good halfway point here. The ash just fell off. I'm kind of thinking that I figured out why they took the tea off the Cold Infusion Tea. I think it's because of the fact that it doesn't really taste like tea. That said, so far I've noticed the main flavor you get off of this is basically kind of the the blondie Cuba style infusion, maybe slightly more bitter, but with a huge sweet note on it. Because honestly, the actual flavor of the tobacco really doesn't stand out at all. I think it's partly due to the fact that it's a very light shade wrapper, and it's starting to get a little breezy out here because if I look off in the background, it looks like it's about to just dump rain on me. So hopefully you can still hear me all right. Getting paranoid somebody's going to walk up with a dog. I'm going to get mauled on camera. Anyway, so far, every so often I get a whiff of the actual smoke coming off of this, and there's something very odd in the aroma of this. Can't quite put my finger on it, but it's a little funky. Like stogie cigar, just funk. Not that warm, inviting smell that you usually get. Just it smells like Honestly, it smells kind of like somebody's burning hash. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's tobacco, obviously, but you know, it just has that overly burnt smell. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and yank the wrapper off of this. Not the wrapper, the band. If I yank the wrapper off, the whole thing is destroyed. So I'm gonna yank the band. Hopefully, it will not be completely destroyed. Hopefully, you can still hear me over that little blurst of wind. And anyway, yeah, I'll get back to you at the end. All right, well, this makes for a pretty good ending point. But of course, you can still hear me over the incredibly loud vehicle passing overhead. When I say it so far, I really haven't gotten a whole lot of actual tobacco flavor out of this. It's all about the infusion, which is kind of a slight tint of the Cuba Cuba infusion. I say a slight tint because it's kind of got a slightly more bitter note kind of in the background of it, along with a sweetness that never really dies down. Normally in these, the actual infusion tends to blend in with the actual tobacco flavor, but in this one, there's just, you know, it's one of the problems with this Connecticut shade is it doesn't have much flavor in the first place, so you never really get that blending. And overall, it just tastes like flavored cigar. All you get is the infusion and that sweet note, and that's pretty much it. Now, if that's what you like, that's not a problem. Me personally, it's alright. What would you drink with it? Pair it with whatever you like. Coffee, whiskey, have a beer, have a soda, I don't care. It's not really gonna mesh too well with, well, pretty much most things, actually. It's just gonna be its own thing, and that's pretty much it. Well, anyway, not a bad cigar, but I can definitely see why the Cuba Cuba is more popular than this one. Well, I have something stuck in my teeth in case you can't tell. It's just driving me nuts. Sorry about that, but anyway, like I said, there's really not much else to say about this. It's all about the infusion, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, there's kind of a reason why I don't buy too many of these. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's just kind of, you know, standard Drew Estate infusion cigar. That's it. Have fun. Or not, yeah, that's all she wrote. If you like this review or any other review, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know if you've had a different experience from these. Also, check out my Twitch stream, Sundays and Wednesday nights, midnight to 2 a.m. That's usually for like a week or two afterwards if you missed the live broadcast. That's it. That's all I got. I'll see you next time. Here comes the crazies.